fucking exhausted right now. I was holding that in the whole time.
What?
I'm so tired.
From
Driving everywhere.
Fran, on the way here, did not stop. I was trying to hold this in too because I was going to say in the car, but I was like, let me just say it when we get on the podcast. She was like, every second, like, she would see another car pass us or, like, something happen. She'd be like, or, like, someone merged into her lane in front of her, or, like, the GPS rerouted her. She was like,
I hate traffic. I hate traffic, and I hate when the GPS brings me to a place that, like, it's not supposed to bring me, or, like, reroutes. Like, do your job and just bring me to the fucking destination without rerouting 5 times. Or, like, it kept going up. The time was, like, 25 minutes, 22 minutes, 30 minutes.
But
and
you know, like, when someone keeps sighing, like, they need to say something, and then you just want to be like,
no,
what
I just
the
need
fuck
to
is
let
up?
my air out because I was fucking cheesed on the way here. But anyways.
So
What's up?
So I wanted to talk about how I've been also holding this in. Like, Kate, the thing is, it's hard with this podcast sometimes because me and Fran live together, right? So, like, sometimes I'm about to tell her something and I don't follow through with telling her because I'm like, fuck, I'll say that on the podcast. But then, like, it's kind of awkward. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I want to...
You know a lot.
What?
Go ahead.
That's not all for today.
Oh, okay.
Anyways. So I like, that's what I was going to say. I'll write it down in my notes. I'll be like, tell Fran about this. Because, like, I want to, like, talk about it, but I don't do it when we're at home. And then if I do it when we're at home, I don't want to do it on the podcast because then it's not a genuine reaction. But I was going to say that I just came back from Banff. So I didn't just come back, but...
You, like, came back from Banff and, like, was in the house. I didn't even say anything to you.
Yeah, this bitch didn't even say, how was your trip?
You're just in your room and I was, like, awkwardly, I'm like, wait, she's back. I'm like, should I say something? And then it was, like, too late. I just didn't say anything. And then I woke up next morning. I'm like, hey, you're back. So, like, I don't really have to say anything.
Well, I just wanted to save the stuff that I had to say for the podcast anyways. But, so, firstly, I want to talk about traveling during a pandemic. I know that it's not, like, the full-on travel experience because it was domestic, but it was still a little bit of a fucking culture shock because you're going to a completely different place. First of all, getting on the airplane and actually being on an airplane is so fucking awkward because you're, like, I thought that they would separate the seats still. Like,
they don't social distance seats?
No, I was right beside someone here, right beside someone here, someone in front of me.
Okay, that makes sense now why they want you to get tested before you get on the plane.
Well, I didn't get tested because it was domestic and we went to Alberta, right? But still, it was a long flight and I'm sitting there like, I never complained about wearing a mask. I was never someone to complain about wearing a mask, but you know airplanes are stuffy to begin with. Mm-hmm. Like, you already feel, like, entrapped, especially me because I hate airplanes. I'm scared of them. I already felt, like, trapped. And then the mask, I was actually hyperventilating. Like, you start hyperventilating.
You have to wear it the whole way?
You cannot take it off.
Yeah,
like, even I took it off for, like, 2 seconds because I was like, okay, let me take it off to fucking, like, breathe. And the flight attendant came up to me. She was like, put your mask back on.
Can you imagine trips like Australia or, like, China? You have to wear
a mask for, what, 24 hours straight?
That's fucking crazy.
Anyway, so that's what happened. Then I got to Alberta, and their restrictions are different than Ontario, which is where we live, in case you don't know. And you didn't have to wear masks there anywhere at all. Like, we walked into Starbucks, no one's wearing a mask. Me and my friend were like, this feels weird. Like, we should probably still wear a mask. And we're like, what's going on? They're like, you don't have to wear a mask. So that was that. But other than that, like, it didn't really feel like, I'm, like, honestly encouraging people to travel, even, like, domestically. If I know Fran's going away, like, internationally to the States, and that's a whole different process that I just personally didn't want to deal with right now. Like, I don't want to deal with having to, like, test 20 billion times and then quarantining when I get back home. Like, I was just like, hey, let me not deal with that. But if you're willing to travel domestically, I think you should really do it because it was worth it and it wasn't that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on that. Other than that, I don't want to, like, go on too much of a tangent. If you were thinking about going to Banff, literally just message me and I will give you some areas that we went. Like, obviously we went to, like, the typical fucking Instagram Lake Louise areas, but we did find some cool things to do that I haven't seen on Instagram. So if you're planning on going there, message me and I'll give you some of our...
Like what?
Like, we went whitewater rafting. I don't know if people do that, but we went whitewater rafting. And the guy flipped over the boat. Like, we fell into the river in the rocks. And
you had, like, life jackets on, though, no?
Yeah, but still, it was almost scary.
Okay, if you have
like, we flipped over the boat. Oh my god. Okay, here's the picture. We'll like input it. We'll input it in the screen for those of
picture
you
Roman like
who are
floating
watching
like in
this. No, look at this picture. Okay, for those of you listening, you're not gonna be able to see it, but watch the YouTube and you'll see it. So that's our boat. Okay, now zoom into my face. Try and find me.
Yo, it does not look like you. Like
I know, you guys. I look like a fucking egg.
No, you look of Asian descent.
I look Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, look at Anjana, and then Roman's in the back. Wait, there's one more that's so bad. Okay, I know this sucks for people who can't see, but okay, that's another one. Now try and find me. I look like a fucking rhinoceros.
Dude, it does not look like you whatsoever. I'm dead. That's actually
Anyways, so we went whitewater rafting, so fun. I highly recommend it. And then we did a couple other things, like just fucking hiking. We went up this, like, it was almost like a ski lift, but like it was like enclosed and it was really high, like high. And you go to the top of the mountain, you like kind of walk it, and you can't breathe when you're walking because you're so high. It was like, you gotta be really like active to do some of this shit. But anyways, it was fun. And that's that. That's my update for a week. Also, sorry, one more thing. Since I went on an airplane and I'm like deathly afraid of airplanes, the next day after I got off the airplane, I'm not joking, for the next 2 days, I felt like I was living in a dream, like a simulation. Because
oh my God.
You know, when you have like so much mental anxiety and then like it's done. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyways, I had to go on the plane, and the plane ride back was so fucking bad. I thought I was actually gonna,
because all the mountains probably. You're like,
no, you're not flying over the mountains because the mountains are west and you're flying back east to go to Ontario. But the plane took off, okay? So as it's taking off, it's going, and then you just feel a dip. I've never felt that.
It's an air bubble. It's normal.
Okay, but then they were like, okay, we're going to be landing now. You know when they say that, usually it's like half an hour max? Mm-hmm. It was probably like an hour. He was like circling. Anyways.
The weather was probably bad, or there's like other airplanes. There's like a billion reasons why that happens.
Yeah, and then Roman sent me a video after we landed of an engine like falling off a plane. I was like, thanks.
That's good. What did I do this weekend? Forget now. I went rollerblading. And if you guys don't know me, I don't know how to skate for shit. Like, I skate off one like leg like this. So I thought rollerblading was gonna be like different, but it wasn't different. It was actually way more difficult, like with the four wheels or whatever. And
what do you mean 4 wheels?
It was four-wheeler, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the small wheels. It wasn't like 2.
So that means that you can't glide like that, right?
Yeah, it's literally like you're skating, but you can only skate straight. And I look like literally like a giraffe, like a baby giraffe with long, like a newborn.
Fran looks like a baby giraffe because her legs, like when we used to figure skate when we were younger, so her legs will like buckle.
I have like skinny long legs, right? So like they don't bend, and like they're just like a praying mantis, like fucking skating along the rollerblades. But as we're like getting on, like we're getting our shit on, I'm tying my shoelaces, and they're like hard to tie. Usually my dad used to tie my skates all the time, like to get them really tight. And this random guy comes up to me. He's wearing red, which are like the colors of like the place. And I thought, well, like whatever. I was like, this guy works here. He's like, can I like help you tie your shoes? I was like, oh yeah, like that's really nice of you, whatever. He's tying my shoes. He's like, yeah, you guys better come back. Like,
did you work there?
Just listen to my story. He goes, I thought he worked here, like the whole, like I thought this guy's definitely a worker. He looks like he's a worker. He had like a checkered like shirt and like wristbands and shit. So he's like, you guys better come back here. I was like, yeah, like it was our first time, whatever. Ties my shoe. I'm like, okay, thanks. Then we're on like the rollerblade, and he's in the middle of the dance floor, like dancing, and like fucking he's doing flips on rollerblades, like break dancing. I was like, holy fuck. So like, this guy Hondo's works. How are you doing that? Like not working here? You come here like every weekend. So like we're like, he was like encouraging us. He was like, yeah, girls, like keep going, like bend those knees, whatever. I was like, oh, this worker's so fucking nice. So then we get off because we're tired as shit. Me and my friend Vic were like, hey, we're tired. And then Martina, my other friend Adri, come off. And the worker goes, you guys are done already? It was like an hour. We're like, yeah, like we're tired. And then he's like, you guys are tired, but you come with me.
To you?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, worker. Like, kind of weird that this worker is telling me to come with them. So we're skating, and he's teaching me, oh, fuck. Sorry, we have to input so much shit in this video, but I'm showing you the video of that.
Guys, I need to be a fucking me.
I was like this. Literally, he's like bouncing, and I'm like,
why is he so like ecstatic?
Because he fucking, I don't know, I thought he worked there.
For those of you who aren't watching the YouTube and can only listen, the guy's just like going like...
We'll post it on Instagram too, I guess, like when we
the guy's like bopping to the music, and French
so whatever, he's like holding my hand, I'm like, oh, what a nice fucking worker. And then, long story short, he wasn't a fucking worker the whole time. He was like a random guy. Like, I literally thought he was working. I'm like, oh yeah, like, do we get a discount for like coming here? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, like, okay, so give us a discount. He goes, I'm not a fucking employee. And I was like,
Was he by himself?
yeah, like he was by himself.
Maybe he's a professional.
A professional what? Oh, sorry. Speaking of professional sports, speed walking.
Oh my!
I was at the fucking dentist office.
Did you see the guy that won the speed walk racing?
It looks like they're literally.
It looks like they're dislocating their.
No, it's not at the dentist office, and all on TV, like you see like them like this, and I didn't want to say anything, but I was fucking laughing like while the dentist is like in my mouth, and he's like, I don't know how this is a sport. Like I don't know how you can get like. And I felt bad because I'm like, people train their lives to speed walk.
How?
People train long and hard to speed walk, and like it looked like the guy was trying to catch like a train or a bus. That's literally what I do when I'm trying to catch a TTC. I'm like that.
No, like
and this
how
guy's
fast?
making it a fucking sport.
How fast can you possibly speed walk until you're fucking running? That's what I don't get. Like,
that's why aren't you like so tempted to just start fucking running and like take off?
No,
like,
I think
you have to keep a certain pace, and I think you have to just like.
No, I think it's literally the mobility of your hips because their hips look like they're actually
like how do you come first?
How
do you come last in speed walking?
Have you noticed all the speed walkers in the Olympics are super thin? Maybe like you just have to be really lean to be able to swing. Imagine you have a fat ass and you're trying to speed walk.
I just can't imagine.
Your ass would literally have to like follow you 4 seconds.
I just can't imagine like me growing up and like I want to be a speed walker, Olympic speed walker. No shame. Like I feel bad.
Also, no offense, but okay, maybe this is like not a popular opinion, but beach volleyball.
Oh no, okay, no. That's,
beach volleyball?
It's volleyball. It's a sport.
But it's on the beach.
It's like it being on grass. It's like ball hockey, but ball hockey's supposed to be on the ice, but it's on the ground.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Yeah, so that was that story. And then I also went to go get tacos that night, and I ordered 5 tacos, and the waiter looks at me, he's like, 5? You can't eat 5 tacos. It's like, what's wrong with these waiters like nowadays? Like,
okay, I have a story about that. If you guys ever been,
I didn't end up eating 5 tacos. I like didn't eat them.
You should. I would have eaten them all just to fucking show him.
I was trying so hard. I was like, and he kept walking by. I'm like, yeah, like I'm almost done. He's like, you're not gonna finish these fucking tacos, and they were so hot too. Anyways, I didn't.
The waiter?
No, the tacos.
Oh, I have a story similar to that. One time we went to this restaurant downtown. I'm not gonna name it because it's a really popular restaurant. Can you get in trouble for doing that?
Don't do it because I don't like.
Anyways, and so it's basically like a restaurant, kind of like tapas, but it was.
Wait, what is it now? I'm curious.
I feel weird. I feel like you can get in trouble. Can you?
See my ear.
It's called okay. Lee's. You know Lee's on King Street. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Anyways, it's a popular restaurant, and the waitress there, we had her twice because I love that restaurant. Like the food is so fucking good. We had her twice. The first time was like whatever, but then I remembered her the second time because me and Roman went with like another couple, and so you're really distracting me.
Sorry, my hair's pissing the fuck off. Keep going.
We went with another couple, and then we were ordering a bunch of food, and like I said, like it's kind of shareable, and like Roman and the other guy that we were with there, they can eat, right? Mm-hmm. So they ordered like 6 plates, and she looked at him. She was like, "You're gonna order a 6th one?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you sure about that?" He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's gonna be a waste of food." I'm like, what the fuck?
Why do you care?
Why the fuck
you're getting a bigger tip too if you're getting more food and like.
Why would you say that? You're literally like screwing yourself. It's not like you're making the food. The chef it's more work for the chef. Why would you say that?
Yeah, I think that's what this guy meant too. He was like, "You're not gonna eat 5 tacos." I was like, "Okay, watch me eat fucking 5 tacos. I'm hungry." And then you didn't. I ate like 2 tacos, but I brought them home, so that's good. That was my weekly updates.
I want to talk about. Okay, we always talk about on this podcast kind of just like...
Oh, sorry. I want to talk about one more thing. Sorry.
Go fuck myself.
Sorry. I had a story. My friend told me a story, and I've heard this story multiple times before. I just wanted to say it. The story is... I'm not going to say the story, but basically...
What? That was so fucking confusing.
Sorry, okay. Basically...
She was like, I have a story. My friends told me a story, and I heard the story about that.
No, I've heard this certain situation many times where girlfriends or boyfriends will go in. Okay, let's just say Roman. Okay, Roman will probably never do this, but you and Roman get into a fight, or okay, yeah, you and Roman get into a fight, and Roman's at home sleeping. He goes to bed. He goes to sleep, and you end up. He wakes up to you on the side of his bed, like angry, like in his house. How fucking weird is that?
Who did that?
I'm not gonna say who. I've heard so many stories where they tell me like, oh yeah, so we got into a fight, and then I went to his house in the morning. I was on his bed, and he woke up to me. I was screaming at him. He was waking up like.
Oh, like in general, like they show up to their house and like they wake up to the significant other
on the bed, like watching them sleep, like waiting for them to wake up. Is that not fucking weird, or am I just?
Like honestly, I don't. If you're doing that, you're toxic.
I think toxic. That's weird as hell. I think that's weird as hell.
You can't wait till they wake up?
No,
you're
not
gonna be
only
just
that,
as angry.
Not only that, at 6 a.m., you're gonna what? Knock on the door and be like, if they're living with their parents, hey, like, can I come see so-and-so? Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna come.
No, but the thing is, people like that, the parents are so, like, they're so cool with the parents, and they have so much, like, comfortability that it doesn't even matter. Like, they can show up to their house at any time type of thing. I know a lot of relationships like that where, like, they're so tight. No, like, I'm tight with Roman's parents, but, like, no offense, I have respect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show up at 6 a.m. to the person's house and be like, hey, I'm here to see so-and-so. Oh, they're sleeping. I don't give a fuck. And then wait on the side of the bed for them to wake up. And then they wake up to your crazy ass on the side of the bed. That's so fucking weird.
Okay, but in the story that you're talking about, what did the person do wrong?
No, I don't want to get into detail.
Why?
Just because I don't want to. Yeah, I think so. Alright. I just don't want to get into detail just in case. But anyways, I thought that was weird as fuck.
Yeah, if you do that, you're toxic. Anyways, I want to talk about something. Sorry, I wrote in my notes because I was thinking about it. So, what? Why?
All I see is why I can't say fuck off at work.
Okay, this is what I do when I think about something that I want to tell you guys on the podcast or tell Fran. I get like really passionate, so I go on my phone and I'm just like, and I just
like, what a specific thing. I want to talk about why I can't say fuck off at work.
Okay, listen, I think it's safe for me to say this. I don't want to talk about this on this podcast. We'll talk about it next week. I think we're going to talk about the topic of like just changing your career in general. I really want to talk about that. Just like the steps and like what you kind of have to overcome mentally and like tangibly.
I can't really say much on that, but I'll listen and like give my 2 cents.
Yeah, anyways, I want to talk about how you can tangibly and mentally get to that place where you can make a career change and what I personally went through, because that's exactly what I'm doing. On Monday, I start a new job.
Ricky Bob.
I start a new job, and it's like it was a little bit risky for me because it's completely different from what my like undergrad degree is, and like I don't want to get into it. Like I said, I want to talk about it next week, but I was just someone who always thought I was going to do a certain thing. And like, I've recently realized that I'm more like entrepreneurial. And this podcast has really like kind of brought me onto my shell a bit and like taught me that like I can do things that are different and it can still be successful to whatever capacity. Like, I know we're not fucking millionaires from this podcast, but you know what I mean. So it got me like reflecting on like my current situation and how my first job post-grad, which is where I guess I'm currently at, but when this episode comes out, I'll no longer be there, so I guess I can say it, right?
I don't know.
Anyways, what I learned about myself is I'm scared to not literally tell people at work to fuck off, but I'm like, when like Fran witnessed it today, when someone calls me, and it's certain people that like trigger me and certain personalities that trigger me, I have like boundary issues. I don't know how to set boundaries. Like, yes, you may be an entry-level person or you may be mid-level person. You may not be like the top-tier person or like the highest seniority level. But you can still make boundaries. You're not supposed to do A to Z everything in a certain job. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. So like if someone asks you to do something that seems unreasonable to you and isn't really in your job description, you should be able to be like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to get to that today. Or I'll get to that when I can.
Or you can even say like, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, or I don't feel comfortable doing that. I have issues. I'm not joking. I have woken up on multiple occasions knowing I'm going into work with a pin in my stomach crying because I know what's coming and I know I'm just going to do it. And then I hate on that person. I'm like, why is this person asking me to do such stupid shit? I'm capable of bigger and better things, but I'm doing everything from A to Z in this certain position. And what I realize is that it might not be the person that's asking me to do it, like, oh, that guy is so like demanding or condescending, blah, 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 that person in the workplace. But it also has to do a little bit with me. And like, I realize that about myself. I have boundary issues and I'm scared to tell people like like where to go, pretty much. Like maybe if I told certain people in the workplace, or like this goes for any profession, the initial time they ask you to do something that seems unreasonable or undoable, or you know they call you at 8:30 p.m. to do something when you're doing something else. If you initially tell them, listen, no, I'm not going to be doing that, or you know that exceeds the job description, then they won't be asking you every other time, and you set those boundaries. But I have issues with doing that, and I don't.
Once you do it once, they're gonna be like, why she can't say no now? She already did it. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
but
why is she gonna say no after she told me, yeah, I can do this? And then it kind of looks bad on you that like you did it once and you're not gonna do it again. You're like inconsistent. It looks like.
I just want to know if anyone else has ever felt this way. Like, do you know today, me and friend.
I told you I feel like that sometimes, and you said I have authority issues.
No. There's a difference.
No, I said I get annoyed when this girl tells me to do something that I don't like think that. Like, I'm more capable of doing exactly what you just said. No, but you have
authority issues with, like, mom, too, and dad. Like, when someone asks you to do something, you literally get annoyed. I don't get annoyed when they ask me to do something. I get overwhelmed and, like, worked up, and I just say yes to absolutely everything. You don't actually do it.
That's different.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about, like, in the workplace, and I'm wondering if anyone else ever, like, feels this way. Today, me and Fran were in the car, and somebody, like, for example, calling you, right? Like, when is it appropriate, or when... Like, where's the line of being inappropriate to continue calling, like, your team member or work member's personal phone? I understand we all have each other's numbers, and sometimes you need to pick up the phone and call them. But at what point does it become excessive? Like, you're calling me four times in 1 hour?
He was calling you during the work day, so like, I wouldn't say that that's not appropriate. If it was calling you at like 9 fucking p.m., then they came out answering
Which
my
has
phone.
happened. So and I'll still pick up, and Roman or my mom will be like, why are you picking up? But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not him, it's me. Like, why am I picking up? I literally get numb, and I'm like, fuck, I need to pick up. I need to do this right now. Like, why? Like, why am I like that? Anyways, I'm just questioning myself, really. Like, I don't have a solution yet, but I just wanted to pose this because I'm going to actively work on kind of standing up for myself. And like Fran said, sometimes I'm an overachiever. She always calls me an overachiever, but, like, I need to work on kind of just standing up for myself and, like, respecting myself. It's almost like I disrespect myself. Like, they can ask me to do anything and I'll do it, even though my job is actually pretty, not hard, but I want to say dealing with, like, bigger issues. They can call me and just, like today, I'm not going to say the specific story, but somebody called me today to do the stupidest thing that this person could have easily done. Like, I don't know who he thinks I am.
The time he took to call you and explain what to do, he could have done it, and like it would have been done. So that's annoying. Like, just
shit like that. It's like, why do I deal with that stuff? I should put more respect on my name and, like, my intelligence and be like, listen, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but
you're also entry level, so, like, this is your first job.
Not anymore.
But I'm just saying, like,
in that instance,
technically you are, like, if you were to keep this job, you are still entry level position. Like, you haven't been promoted to anything.
I get that part, and that's what I keep thinking. So that's what I'm also wondering from you guys. It's like, if you are post-grad and you get your first job and you're transitioning out of university or your master's into your first job, are you going to do absolutely anything and everything to be able to prove yourself? Because that's how I think. But then at what point does it become, like, overwhelming, and at what point are they actually taking advantage of you doing absolutely everything and everything, even though you're smart, intelligent, and are capable of bigger and better things? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think my answer to that is just, sorry, these headphones. You just gotta set boundaries early, like you said. Read your fucking job description. I never used to read those. I used to be like, yeah, KKK. But actually read what's in, like, the contract, so you know, like, what the fuck you're getting yourself into, and then just set boundaries. Be like, I'm not afraid to anymore. I used to, but now I'm like, if I don't want to do something that I feel like is not appropriate, or I physically cannot do, like, it's out of my jurisdiction, I'm gonna tell you that I can't do it. Like, and the things I can do, I'll do it, like, extra well, but you know what I mean? You gotta, like, respect yourself.
That's what I mean. I feel like I just want to be good at absolutely everything, and, like, like, there's been instances where I've been asked to do something that I literally, I have no clue about. Like, let's just put it this way. I am not a math person. I can do, like, the basic fucking shit, but, like, just looking at a spreadsheet with a bunch of numbers, you have to be a certain type of person to do that. You know what I mean? AKA, like, an accountant, I guess. I don't fucking know. But I was asked to do something like that, and I'm just like, okay, let me just try and do it. And then you get overwhelmed. I'm like, hey, fuck, now what? And, like, it's like a ripple effect. Anyways, it's just something that I've been noticing kind of about myself. And, like, I'm grateful that I went through this experience to notice that about myself, and the fact that I need to set boundaries and stand up to people sometimes.
So you can change it.
Because now I can change it. Anyways, we'll talk more about this. Like, maybe we can try and get a guest to come on who's like made a
Yeah,
total
or like
career
we can
change.
even like ask questions like to the people who listen to see if they like feel the same way.
Anybody who's made like a complete career change, how they've done it, like what they've been through, etc. Because I actually think a lot of people want to do that.
Like change careers.
Like you go to school for one thing, thinking that you're gonna do something. You have like this huge degree or a couple of them, and then you're like, fuck, like I kind of want to do what I'm actually passionate about, or like that I can apply to my real life. And it's like, how do you actually take those steps?
I'd be down for that episode.
Yeah, let us know if you guys are down. Can we talk about like really quickly before this episode ends about the poll that we did for last week's episode with our mom?
Okay, yeah, I guess we can talk about it now because the episode's out.
Or sorry, not last week's episode, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, because we're ahead.
Yeah, okay. So 2 weeks ago, we did an episode with our mom. Let us know if you'd like her to come on again because we got a very good response.
Yeah,
I think people think she's funny. We got to get her to come on again because, like, she was a little bit...
I'm sorry, someone just commented, that's it. Change the street name to Rutherford or else I'm not going.
I think she was a little bit, like, shy. Obviously, like, we still feel weird around cameras.
People,
But, like, if she opens up and starts
people love my mom because she's, like... I don't know how to explain
She's like a hothead, and it's like annoying to us sometimes because we grew up with it. Like screaming is just like another form of talking, but to other people they find it so funny.
Like they think it's funny how we like communicate with her. Okay, so we did a poll. The whole like most likely to. We asked you guys what you think, who you thought was most likely to do whatever.
I think the
and
general
people fucking
consensus.
hate me. That's what the
No,
consensus is.
I don't think
people actually don't dislike me, or they just think that like
they think that you're a little bit of a like.
They think I'm messy. Like I don't know what they think.
I think they think you're irresponsible.
I'm not irresponsible. I think they think I'm the fun one. That's what I think. They just think you're
really because not cleaning dishes makes you fun.
No, but I'm just saying like I think they think I'm more of like the wild like fucking I don't know. It was wrong though. A lot of you guys were wrong. Who's most likely to get upset over the stupidest reasons? That was 50-50. I'm like surprised.
That was 50-50?
Yeah, like it's just funny to see who votes like you. And people were like,
yeah.
I don't want to get offended, so I'm not voting, but like don't get mad like if I say Sam or Fran.
But you know what's hard is like some people voted like I wonder if
I want to say something. Okay, our friends voted me for a lot of like the poll, like Fran. They think I would do that shit, but our family, people who actually know us, got the answers right.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like people who don't know, like that person,
like
right?
Our cousin sent you.
That person right there, she doesn't even know. She has no clue who you are, and I'm pretty sure
her?
that person. No, under.
Oh yeah.
Like for example, this person that we're looking at, like just found our podcast recently, so like there's no way they can know us that much.
Maybe from listening, they think that like I'm more a hothead. But our family, all of our family voted Sam for that one, and it's true. Who's most likely
what are you talking about, Fran? It's 50-50
Our
for
family. I said our family voted you.
Who's more likely to get upset over stupid shit?
I said the people who voted Sam were our family. I'm saying people who know us.
But I'm saying it's accurate.
Yes, I said that. It's 50-50. I said that. Who's most likely to steal candy from a little kid? Everyone put me, but I would not. It's Sam.
I feel like definitely most likely me. I wouldn't like directly steal it. I would definitely like if I saw someone leave
slap it like out of their hands.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah. I would do
the kid
something.
Would cry, and she'd be like,
or like I'd trip it. No, I'm kidding.
She's not kidding.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Who's most likely to lie about where they're going? 80% put Frank.
Which is true.
It's true. Who's most likely to walk naked inside the house just because they're home alone? 60% put me, which is. Sam does it too. So
I feel like that is 50-50.
Who's most likely to go to the bathroom in the car? 82% put me.
Which is true because if you listen to the episode with our mom, Fran took a shit in the car, so you're right.
Who's most likely to leave dirty dishes in the sink? 77% put me, which is not fucking true.
It is true.
It's not.
It's easily 50-50.
Sam, mommy said in the episode that you leave the dishes in the sink. That you're the messy one. Okay, so but you are most likely to do it.
Okay, no, I'm not more messy. I definitely will leave the dishes in the sink because I actually hate dishes, but I'm not more messy. There's no way.
Mommy said otherwise. So.
No, she didn't. She said I would leave dishes in the sink,
but she didn't. You're more messy than I am.
But that's not true because look at the 2 rooms in our house that are occupied by you.
Who's most likely to pretend?
Remember, you guys, I want you to remember that condescending thing that I said about
I literally just said,
Take a shot every time she does that attitude. Go.
Okay. Who's most likely to pretend to be sick to avoid an event? 61% put me.
Can we talk about how many times she pretended to be sick for the dentist?
No, because I don't know if it listens. Oh my god.
Our dentist does not listen to this. Listen, if Judy...
I had to reschedule my appointment. Don't say her name. I don't want to get her. I go there all. I live at the fucking dentist, guys. Like live because I like have to get implants and shit. So
Implants?
Implants.
She's getting
So they're doing like a bunch of shit to my teeth. So I go to the dentist and they're like, okay, Thursday's your appointment at 5:00, and I have soccer. I think right after this is over, I change and go to soccer in Caledon. Okay, so like my day's been go go go. I can't no time to fucking go to the dentist. So I rescheduled. I called her, left a message. I'm like, hey Judy, need to reschedule my appointment.
You just said her name and you said you didn't want to say her
Whatever.
name.
Need to reschedule my appointment. I'm working
Can
from
we
downtown.
believe that?
Thank you. I'm working from downtown. She calls Sam for thinking that it's me. She's like, hello, Francesca, here to reschedule your appointment. Like, all bitchy, Sam said.
Yeah, she was like, no, she literally, pretend you're me. Ring, ring.
Hi.
Francesca, it's blank, here to reschedule your appointment. And then I was like, oh, I think you're meaning to contact my sister. It's Sam. She's like, oh, hi, Samantha. I haven't talked to you in a while. Sorry, I thought this was Francesca's number. I was like, no. She's like, okay, I'll call her. Like, literally, like,
okay, then she
switch
calls
up.
me. She goes, I'm like, hello. She goes, Francesca, blank here. I was like, oh, hey, how are you? Good. Here to reschedule your appointment that you didn't, whatever. She's like, you canceled or something.
But, like,
and then I was like, oh, yeah, like, what day works for you? Like, I'm good anytime next week. She goes, anytime works for us, as long as it's not inconveniencing you and your day. I was like, blank, like, calm your fucking tits. Holy shit. I'm allowed to reschedule appointments when I want to. I'm the customer, so I'm allowed to do that. No, I gave her notice that I want to reschedule my appointment. Why are you being fucking salty about it? So then I was like, Judy, oh, fuck. I was like, blank, I'm sorry, it was like unprecedented that I worked downtown today. She's like,
it was unprecedented? You
Yeah.
said that?
Yeah. She's like, I was like, okay. And then I rescheduled it.
Okay, but my point was,
And
like,
it's like Tuesday. I was like, okay,
what
relax.
was the poll thing? Who's more likely to what?
Trying to be sick to avoid
Yeah,
it.
my point was she's pretended to like be sick or like have something happen so many times to this dentist that I kind of don't blame her for being annoyed.
But how do they know it's true or it's not true?
You can't get into that many car crashes.
I said once.
You said twice.
I said once I got into a fender bender.
Okay,
once.
fine. Anyways,
I hope they don't fucking listen to this. They're gonna actually like
fire you?
They're gonna crack my teeth next time I'm fucking there.
I don't know why you still go there. Like, honestly, I would not go to a doctor or a dentist or like somebody that did services on my body if they hated me, because I'd be way too scared that they're gonna fuck me up.
It's not the dentist, it's blank who hates me. Not the dentist. Okay. Anyways, guys, it's going a little bit over. Hope you guys enjoyed our episode. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, save, share, post, I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.